21st century.
Reach him,
Exhausted,
teach him,
slowly watching.
love them, trust them, know them,
Homage of failed causes.
show them, raise them, praise them,
Minds of man becomes hostage.
and then we can save them.
Arrive in the saucer, scripture Sanskrit on an altar, praying with the stance of a mantis. I raise my hand from Atlantis and release 7 seals, waving heaven's steel, making reverence kneel on the 7th wheel. As the cycle turns, countless Bibles burn, one by one watch disciples turn. Crown thorns form from UV rays, the deceased brave stake the closest star on the cross for 3 days. Find yourself lost through the seas, waves, grief and misfortune recede like the ocean. I walk my path despite fear as the sky clears. The red sun rises from where the night peers. Divine dart, fit to snipe God. These very rhymes brought through a time pod, reviving dying claps of thunder. Mayan math that slumbers, lines and dots. Graph as numbers, the cold draft of summer, foreshadowing the end of days. This letter addressed the graves. After the loud quakes, we watched as the clouds break. Causing about state, the land plowed with the down blades. After the loud quakes, we watched as the clouds break. Thou would hate the proud, escaping scalded fate. After the loud quakes, we watched as the clouds break. Doubts and shrouded, drowned in drought lakes. After the loud quakes, we watched as the clouds break. The crowd allowed to browse a foul faith.
Savage chivalry, banishing for me, heart of the saddest symphony. Who got it in for me? The river Styx epiphany, whistling in the graveyard. Envision a face guard, gums water from wine, spitting maynards. Stay guard of a heart swooping like Mookie Blaylock. Components of predator and prey. Opponents assassinate the president today. Evidence decay, a nebulous trace finally enfolded to a federal case. How the medicine tastes, vomit from end of days. Have the heavens shake when the 7 traits perceived as sins. Read through myths on higher cliffs, read in higher cliffs. 2 minds exist in the quiet mist of Messiah's labyrinth. A word spoken of a bastard's flim, straight jerk like a raptor's head. Bite into what the apple red battle did. Can't read your grave with the red capsule did. Wake up in alphabets, countries live by apple bricks. Earth in a dry cycle spin, laundering money, bothering countries, bombing the hungry. Not stopping the hunting, operating acts so disgusting. Selected target becoming statistic to the province. Dictator so on. After the loud quakes, we watched as the clouds break.
Causing about state, the land plowed with the down blades.
After the loud quakes, we watched as the clouds break.
Thou would hate the proud, escaping scalded fate.
After the loud quakes, we watched as the clouds break.
Doubts and shrouded, drowned in drought lakes.
After the loud quakes, we watched as the clouds break.
The crowd allowed to browse a foul faith.
The end of the beginning was actually the beginning of the end. Thoughts still swimming in my head of the chicken and the egg. They'll be brimming till I'm dead. Instilling what I said, they're still living or driven instead of the grinning, sinning who defect. The cooperative were given a ribbon of red, and written within his linen and lead was permission to envision the division and the dread. Chagrin in their decision to begin killing, they bled. With the grimace of the griffin, they became a new edition of what a villain had bred. A war ensued of distorted views, horrible news and hoarded dues. We did whatever the sword choose and chose to follow whatever they retorted to. Within our last breaths that we embraced a fast death. Misery as our history became pastless, ageless, nameless and CASTE-LESS. Raceless, faceless, the aimless crashed to ashes. But as waves hit under the cave's cliffs, there grew grasses. And with the production of light came the construction of night and the instruction to fight. With this reduction in sight, that we came to exist from the destruction of life. After the loud quakes, we watched as the clouds break.
Causing about state, the land plowed with the down blades.
After the loud quakes, we watched as the clouds break.
Thou would hate the proud, escaping scalded fate.
After the loud quakes, we watched as the clouds break.
Doubts and shrouded, drowned in drought lakes.
After the loud quakes, we watched as the clouds break.
The crowd allowed to browse a foul faith.